Hello everyone, it's Mary Ann. Today is Sunday. I'm going to overwinter my dahlias. I don't have a lot of dahlias, but I'm going to save them. I bought them like 2 years ago and I bought like 10 and these are the only one left because I did not really overwinter them last time. So this time I'm going to save them so that I can plant some dahlias next year without spending a penny. So this is the condition of the dahlia for overwintering. So I waited and waited until they come out like this. So let me start it by pouring it here. I'm going to wash it. So this is it. I'm going to remove some roots. Okay, let me put it here first. So this is another one. Good morning. This morning, I'm going to overwinter my dahlias. I uprooted them already last Saturday. I washed them and now I'm ready to wrap them with the use of plastic wrap. That's the effective way for me to save my dahlias. In the last 2 to 3 years, I bought a lot of dahlias and I was able to save them that year. But last year, I did not really save them. Some of them, I left them in the yard and they all die. And some of them, I was able to save them by not wrapping them, but only maybe 50% successful. So I'm going back to my old way of overwintering, which I'm going to divide all these dahlias and I'm going to wrap them with plastic wrap and I'm going to put them in a cool area in my basement. I had 100% success when I did that. So, I live here in New York. Our zone for planting is zone 7A, between zone 7A to zone 7B. So, meaning that my zone temperature can go down to 10 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So, plants that can survive zone 8 like dahlia, if you live in zone 8 and above, you don't have to overwinter your dahlia. They will survive in the ground because they will not reach that temperature of 10 degrees. So zone 8 and above, I think dahlia is safe. And zone 8 is about, the average temperature is 20 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So here in New York, in my area, because there's also cold area in New York, upstate, it depends. I don't know their zone over there. They can be -5. So mine is up to 0 degrees temperature. But I remember years ago that here in New York, we reached like, I remember one time it was so cold and it was like -5. But that does not happen all the time. So that's why I'm going to save all my dahlias. So let me show, I don't have a lot because last year I did not buy any dahlias. I ordered most of them online and most of them died because I did not overwinter them. So these are my dahlias that I'm going to save. I don't have a lot of space in my garden for dahlias, so this is enough for me. As a disclaimer, I'm not expert in in dahlias. I'm just a regular person who likes to plant dahlias. So this is how I look at it. The anatomy of the dahlia. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I said this is a disclaimer. You take it at your own risk. And everything can be Googled also. This is what I do. So I have to make sure that the dahlia that I'm going to save has some eyes, and also the head. I find the head of the dahlia. Because if without no head, the dahlia will not survive. So I will just throw them out. So I will divide the dahlia. I just have to be careful with a knife. And this is it. In saving dahlia, you will be risking also some of the bulb, because there's no way you can divide a dahlia without peeling some of the bulbs. So in this case, like this one, I'll show you. In this case, I'm going to save this dahlia, because you can see there's still a head here. And this is the neck, and this is the body of the dahlia. I usually trim all these roots. The roots are not needed for the dahlia to grow. So this one is good. I'm just going to save this. And body of the dahlia, and this is the neck, and this is the head. That's how I call it. So you need to have the head of the dahlia, because that's where you will find the eyes. I have my plastic wrap here. I'll just do that. So this is what I will do. This is already dry because I let it dry for a week in a bucket. So I'll just have to wrap it like that. Wrap it like that. And that's it. And I check them once in a while. I'll put them in a bag like this. Okay, I just do that. And I put them here in a paper bag. That's where I'm going to keep them. And it's easy for me just to grab the bag when I'm ready to plant. So that's how I save my dahlias. Planting dahlias, you have to decide which one you're going to save and which one you're going to sacrifice. That's the word, sacrifice. Because sometimes you will really endure one dahlia to save another dahlia. So this one, look at this. I'm going to save them together. You can have two dahlias here. So here, you can see that? There's already a bulging eye here. The possibility of growing will be here. Not here. Here. So let me save that. This is how I save them. So let me continue saving some of this dahlia. So this one, the neck is already injured. It's no good. So all I have to do is cut that one. And cut this one also. This tiny one. So, and clean this. Remove the roots. You don't need that roots for the dahlia to grow. And this one is already no good. And I'm just going to save it because you never know, So, you never know that there's some eyes in here that will sprout. So, that's one. By the way, I don't label my dahlia because I don't have a lot. Maybe there's only 3 varieties. But what I have seen, everybody labeled their dahlias, or not everybody. Before they plant the dahlia, they put a label here. They inserted they put a label here so that when they uproot the dahlia, they know exactly what dahlia are uprooting. Because once you uproot the dahlia and you wash them, you cannot identify them anymore. No way you can identify by just looking at it. So if you want, you can always your dahlias, which in my case, I don't have to because I don't have a lot. So I'm just cleaning them like this. So one dahlia can produce a lot if you save them like this. So you just have to be very careful. Oh, see, that one is not, you can also already, you can see here, it's already like a rotten a rotten dahlia. That's why I make sure that I dry them. See, so look at that. I'm hoping that it will sprout here in this area. Here. In springtime, I'm going to take them out and I can plant them in small containers. So look at this. This one just came out. It's hard to see if their eyes. But I will just save them. Because it's not easy to identify the eyes. Wrap them. Like that. This one is no good. So I'm just going to remove that. And this one I can divide into two. Because it's hard to save when they're spreading like this. See? So this one, there's still some head over here. And this one, there's still some here. So I'm just going to save that also. I hope you get the concept of this. This is my way of overwintering my dahlias. And I have more to go. And I will just continue doing it. I'll show you when I'm done so that you don't get bored looking at it. I'm almost done, and this is a big clump of dahlia tubers, and I know it's very hard to separate them, but you just have to make a decision which dahlia bulb you're going to sacrifice. And I forgot to mention that the mother tuber, usually we throw them. They cannot, based on my experience, they cannot go back and produce more flowers. So they are considered gone. So in this case, this is a big dahlia. Usually what I do is I just stick a knife in the center, and there are some good bulbs that will be sacrificed. But the rest of overwintering dahlias, not everything can be saved because we have to separate them. So in this case, I'm just putting my knife in the middle and separate them. Anyway, I have a lot of dahlia saved. I don't have a lot of space in my yard for all of this. So that's it. You just have to sacrifice some of the good bulbs. I'm almost done. And some of them I saved 2 tubers as one. So this one is good. And you cannot believe that this tiny tuber can produce beautiful dahlias. As long as they still have their eyes and their head. Of course, the eyes are all located on the head. So this one, see this one, the neck is already broken. I'm going to remove that because there's some eyes here too. So that's how I remove. So I will just divide this into 2. Cut it in the middle. Slice in the middle. And that's it. I don't even have to separate them. This one. I can if I wanted to. But I will leave it as is. I'm just going to wrap it like that. So I was able to save a lot. So overwintering dahlia takes time, okay? So you have to invest time. At least in doing this, it took me an hour and a half. The digging part also and the cleaning, you have to take time because you cannot just do it Boom, boom, boom. So I just cut the dead like that. And I just saved them too because I have a lot already. One tuber can produce a lot of flowers. I can plant this in my work garden also. I don't know if the deer will eat the dahlias. I don't have deer here in my yard, so I cannot tell that. I just have to be careful with a knife. So always be careful with a knife. So this is like the mother tuber. I'm just going to yank that. And this is already, I don't know if this is a good tuber. This is, this one is like a mother tuber, the one here. So one dahlia can produce you 10 dahlias or more. Because all you need is one. See that? I'll just cut it like that. Like that. I remove this. See? I can save it also like this. If I don't want to save them individually. See? All you have to do is wrap it like that. Like that. And I'm almost done. It's so windy outside. See? So there will be sacrificed dahlias. You cannot help it. Because you cannot slice the dahlias without sacrificing other good dahlias. This one is no good. This is like the mother tuber. This one is good. Save that. Remove this roots or their mustache. See, you can slice them like that. Leave it like that. Wrap it. This one, I'm just going to remove this and save this one. Save that. And this one is hard also because it's a big clump. So I have to sacrifice the ones that will be cut or injured. So this one is good. I'm not going to individualize this. I'll just save clumps. Because I have a lot of dahlia saved now. See, they just separate. Save them 3 like this. And save also 3 like this. See, if you don't want to spend money, and if you live in my area, like zones in a cold area, 7 and below, you just have to overwinter your dahlia. You don't have to buy again. This one, I can just save it like this. Because I have a lot now of dahlias saved. Wrap them. Like that. A lot of dahlias saved. I don't have to buy dahlias now. You know, dahlia tubers can be very expensive. If you go to the store and you buy these dahlia tubers, one of this, I think it would cost you $10. And most of the time, the bulbs are already with broken neck. Meaning, they cannot survive because they have a broken neck. This one, I'm going to remove that. This is the mother tuber, which I'm going to remove. See, there's one attached, which is good. I can save that. So I can save this. Okay. And this one, I'm going to remove this one. And these two are still good. So I'm going to keep them together. So these are the dahlias that I'm going to save. And these are the ones that I'm going to put them in the compost. Thank you guys for watching. See you again in my next video. Thank you very much.